You know that feeling when you're listening to someone speak Chinese and you think, wait, did they just leave a word out? It happens all the time, right? Sentences that seem to stop just a little bit short. But here's the crazy part. Native speakers don't even blink. The communication just works. Okay, let's dive into this little linguistic mystery.
You hear it constantly. Someone says, I ate, or maybe, he's great at shopping. And your brain is just screaming, ate what? Shopping for what? It feels like a puzzle with a piece missing. But what if I told you that piece isn't missing at all? It's just invisible.
So this isn't some kind of mistake or linguistic laziness. It's actually a super ingrained and highly efficient feature of the language. Today, we're going to put on our detective hats and uncover the hidden logic behind these seemingly unfinished sentences. We're going to figure out how millions of people communicate perfectly by saying less.
Okay, our investigation begins with case file number 1, the missing object. Now, linguists have a name for this, of course. They call it the implicit object. It sounds all technical, but trust me, it's something you run into every single day, especially on social media. So what exactly is this mysterious missing word? The object isn't really gone, it's just implicit, which basically means it's implied, not spelled out. Think of it like this. The listener's brain automatically fills in the blank. Why? Because the situation, the culture, and the shared understanding between two people, they provide all the clues you need. It's kind of like a secret handshake between the speaker and the listener, a shared code that just makes communication way faster. And this right here shows the difference perfectly. In English, we feel this need to be super explicit, shopping for clothes, eating your dinner. But in Chinese, the context often makes all that extra information, well, kind of redundant. I mean, if you ask, have you eaten around 7 p.m., nobody thinks you're asking about breakfast, right? The result is just a much faster, more direct way of speaking. So how does this magic trick actually work? I mean, how do our brains know exactly what to fill in? Well, it's not really magic at all. It's a really powerful cognitive system that's built on shared understanding. Let's look at the first set of clues. Okay, so these are the 3 pillars that hold the entire system up. First, shared world knowledge. That just means we both know that people eat food and buy things. Then there's predictable meaning, which means that some verbs are almost always paired with a certain type of object. And finally, context. That's the situation itself. Where you are, who you're with, what time it is. The speaker and listener are basically partners, co-creating the meaning together. And this reveals something really cool and universal. Our brains are lazy, but in the best possible way. They are just hardwired to save energy. Why waste brain power saying or processing a word that everyone already knows is there? Omitting the predictable is the ultimate cognitive life hack. But wait, what if there's another reason the object is missing? Okay, here comes the plot twist. Sometimes the object is left out on purpose because it's just not the most important part of the story. The real star of the sentence is the action itself. This isn't just about being predictable. This is about making a point. Take this example. When you say someone is a great shopper, you're not really talking about the specific shoes or electronics they bought today. You're commenting on their talent for shopping. Their ability to find deals, their amazing tastes. The action, that skill, is the entire point. What they actually buy? Totally irrelevant. And this is where it gets really fun, especially for things like social media or short videos. Omitting the object can pack a serious emotional punch. Here, it doesn't matter if the person is eating a salad or a cheeseburger. The speaker is expressing frustration at the act of eating itself. It's pure attitude, and it makes the message short, sharp, and incredibly direct. And finally, leaving out the objects can create this feeling of just overwhelming activity. This phrase paints a picture of a super lively, bustling party. The focus isn't on the specific food or drinks. It's on the continuous, energetic state of feasting. The actions all blur together to describe an atmosphere. So we have context and we have focus. But how can we actually predict when it's okay to drop the object? Well, linguists have a sort of master key for this, a way of looking at language not as a rigid set of rules, but as a collection of patterns. Think of it like a grammatical blueprint. This theory, it's called construction grammar, says that sentence patterns themselves carry meaning. So for instance, that pattern from our earlier example, you're so X and you're still Ying, that whole structure is a blueprint for disapproval. You can slot almost any action into that Y spot, and that disapproving feeling is already baked in. The blueprint itself tells us the focus is on the action,
which makes the specific object totally unnecessary.
And for all you language learners out there, here's the practical takeaway. As you can see from this little chart, high-frequency everyday verbs like to eat, to buy, and to drink are prime candidates for dropping the object. This is especially true when you're talking about habits, abilities, or general activities. The more common the verb, the more predictable its object is, and so the safer it is to just let it become invisible. All right, let's zoom out for a second. This little linguistic quirk isn't just about grammar. It's actually a window into how our brains process information and how culture shapes the way we communicate. It's about the deep, deep connection between language and the human mind. Ultimately, this is a feature, not a bug, of how we think. It reduces our mental workload, which just makes language more efficient. And this kind of efficiency is especially valued in what are called high-context cultures, where people rely on a huge base of shared understanding. In those cultures, communication can be less about the explicit words and more about what's understood between the lines. So the real secret of the unfinished sentence is that the meaning isn't even in the missing word. It's in the context, it's in the focus, it's in the emotion, and it's in the beautiful, efficient way our brains are designed to communicate. It's this incredible dance between what is said and what is truly understood. So the next time you hear a sentence that feels a little incomplete, listen closer. That missing piece is there, hidden in plain sight, a testament to the silent, shared understanding that connects us all. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other elegant shortcuts and hidden rules are at play in your own native tongue?